Hey, there's Mark's car. He was supposed to meet me here somewhere. I wonder where he went. Okay, where are you, Mark?
Oh, hey,
there.
Gary. I was just in my office there catching up on a little bit of work.
Oh, I see. I found an appropriate place for you.
Absolutely. Well, it's a beautiful day, and we kind of have the place to ourselves, so I thought we'd kind of take a little walk around and see the progress that we made and where we are, and I hope people will feel kind of encouraged by the point that, we are really coming along here. I'm really proud of the progress that we have, and we're getting awfully close now to getting everything done. So why don't you come with me and I'll walk in and show you what's going on.
Let's see what we've got.
All right.
Okay, it looks like we have a roof up there.
We have a roof. It isn't completely dried in yet, but it'll be that way probably by the middle of this week. We're waiting on some of the metal parts that actually connect everything together and make it all waterproof. So we're getting awfully close now. As you can see too, we've done some work up here on the portico as well. It's just about done. You can kind of get the idea of what it's going to look like, and really pleased with the progress on that. All the exterior finish is done. You can see where the little clerestory windows will be. That's really going to be pretty, and is really going to give some nice light, especially in the mornings in these rooms along this side.
Well, the portico's a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's several feet higher and quite a bit longer than the original one was. This is really going to be nice. And
there's our main entryway right here.
Here's where the action is. This is where the people will meet, and most of us probably be coming inside on Sunday mornings. You get the idea of just what a nice big opening this will be. These will be some double doors in here, so it really helps as far as energy efficiency goes. And as we walk in, we can start to see, of course, where the Sunday school office over here on this side, which is currently where we're keeping all our insulation and wire and that kind of material. Then back over here on the left is what we've been cheerfully referring to as the donut room. The actual opening for that is kind of, we have this big piece of equipment kind of in the way, but you can see where the serving area will be. We'll see if we can get a little bit better shot at that as we walk out back the other direction here. Everything, as you can see, coming along. Let's walk over by the sanctuary door and let's get a really good shot of that, of the main window in here, because it's really going to be pretty. As we turn back around and look at the east, and you can look up there and see that window. Austin, our construction manager, told me earlier this week, he came in one morning this week when the sun, pretty early in the morning as the sun was coming up, and he walked in here. He said the reflection, the sun coming through that window, was shining directly on this wall over the door of the sanctuary. He said it was absolutely amazing.
Wow.
That it was just really beautiful.
And of course, that's the door to that hallway. And
yep. Going down toward
choir room is back there.
Choir room and offices. These big pipes, I'll point out to you, that are running across there are data conduits. Those are specifically made to carry all of our data cables, our security camera cables, fiber optic cables, all those kinds of things that we use more and more. So those are used to be able to keep the worship service out on the TVs. There'll be a TV on either side of the door.
There's the opening in the donut room.
Yeah, looking at kind of toward where the donut room goes. You might kind of look up above on this wall up here where those silver ducts are sticking out. That is where the heating air conditioning systems will be delivering out into this space. It's going to use a kind of a high velocity forced air system. Those are going to be really pretty. Sort of look like jet engine exhaust kind of. So if you like jet engines, you're going to love these things. This is the counter area for the donut room, as we say. So the people serving the donuts will be coming along in this area. The counter height about here. There'll be more counters and quite a bit of cabinetry work and everything back here in the back and along the side. The sink will be over here on this this part of it. Counters back over here on this thing, so we have plenty of outlets, as you can see, for coffee pots and all that. And if you don't walk back this way with me, and this will be the pantry area for the little kitchen serving area up in here. Lots and lots of electricity, as you can see in here. Also, the controls for the lights and such in the foyer will all be back in this area as well. So kind of a nice space. We can walk down the hall here for a little bit. We won't bother to step into the men's restroom. You don't have to go in there to see it because the walls aren't up yet. But over here you can see the little entryway. I don't know what you call that first space. What did we decide that was going to be, the cloakroom?
Cloakroom, yeah.
Something like that, anyway.
Airlock area between.
Yeah, airlock. Probably a good terminology. Classroom space here on this side, of course. This room, you notice, has big double doors on the side here, and this is primarily a storage room. This is where we can keep tables, chairs, and things like that we can use, because this new foyer is going to be very much a multi-purpose space. We can keep tables and chairs and other kinds of furniture and things in this room here. Can bring those in and out here very easily and efficiently. So this is going to be very nice. Electrical control panels and stuff will be in a little small closet that's kind of sticks out into this room. You can see all that back there.
And there's a recessed area behind you on the wall here.
Yes, yeah, exactly. This recess in here is where the water fountains will be. So this will be the drinking fountain area. This is just adjacent, as you can see, to the men's restroom. And you can see back over here where the water supplies. This will be the water supply pipe. Drain pipe is down here, and then back over there is the electrical outlet where the water fountains can be plugged in. So this will be a nice little area for that. Back over on this side is the largest of the classroom meeting room spaces in here. You can get a really nice idea of how that's coming along. So things are shaping up very, very nicely in here. We'll kind of come back in this area on our way back through as we circle back. Let's walk into the women's restroom. And the drywall is mostly up here, so you can get a really good idea of what this is going to look like. So we're walking in the main doors here. You can see sort of a little pass around. Walking in on this side. You can see against this wall that we're looking at here, you can see the pipes for the water supply and the drains, which will be down here. This will all be a sink area. A large mirror, of course, up here with lights lighting up above it. This is going to be a really, really attractive space. Over here on this side is where we're washing our hands here, and some other people can be back in this area. This will be a little settee area back in here. Have some little sofas and chairs and things where you can be comfortable. Back in here, of course, will be the area where the toilets and such will be. And you can see that this is already, almost all the drywall is up in here. And a little bit, just from the standpoint if you've never done this or seen this type of thing before, two different types of sheetrock. It's all obviously the water resistant or moisture capable sheetrock. And the lower levels are this black stuff. And then up above that is still the vapor barrier type wall and everything. Obviously, all this is going to be covered with really very, very pretty tile. Same basic themes in the men's and women's, but the color, the trim will be a little bit different. So hopefully that'll give you a clue if you happen to walk into the wrong one. All the electrical panels and everything all ready to go. It's exciting.
We got a closet in here.
Yeah, this area is the custodian's closet, where you can see it'll have a custodian sink and and plenty of room to keep supplies and whatnot. We're going to come back in here on the way. If I can talk Gary into it, I want to go up that ladder. I don't know if Gary feels like climbing a ladder or not, but I sure do. And it's an exciting, you can see into the future from up there.
Maybe Cheryl won't see this video.
But hopefully, yeah, hopefully not. Now here's where it starts to get really exciting. We're in the Family Life Center lobby now. And as you can see, as you look around, the drywall is all in. So the walls, the inside walls are finished. Well, they're not taped and mudded or painted, obviously, but the walls are in place. The ceiling up there, that opening is just kind of sort of the design of the ceiling. This will all be flush. It'll all be the same level, but there's sort of an insert that goes in this part in the middle. And of course, the materials you can see for that are laying here on the floor. Same as when we get into the south lobby. But the good news is all of this is completely dried in now. And so once this gets mudded, taped, and painted, we're very, very close to being finished in here. Same in the south lobby as we walk down this way. You might also see up here on the walls where we have a bunch of cables and stuff sticking out and whatnot. We're trying to pay a lot of attention to making sure that we have lots of areas and facilities where we can run our data cables, which for our network connectivity, for our televisions and things like that. So here we are in the south lobby, and a couple of things I might want to point out.
There's the door to the children's building. Kind of give perspective on that.
Children's building goes in there. Worship center, of course, is down this other way. So you can get an idea of what a really attractive space, and I think a really useful space this is going to be for our church.
It looks bigger than what I would have pictured.
It really does. It's kind of surprising when you realize just how big a space this is. And if you think about it in terms of the actual number of square feet inside here, it's quite a bit less than what it was before we started enclosing it, because we've had to turn some exterior walls into interior walls and whatnot. But,
Tell me about these little indentations.
Yeah, I'm excited about these. Over the course of years, the first time we did a renovation in the auditorium area, we had to take a couple of stained glass windows out. We've had to take a couple more out now in the process of this. So we have these beautiful stained glass windows, basically just sitting back in a storage place somewhere. So what we've done now is on this wall here, this would be adjacent to the women's restroom on just the other side of it. We have these beautiful little spots here that kind of come out from the wall a little bit. Those stained glass windows will be mounted into frames that'll be hinged, and so we can take them and open them if we need to, but there'll be LED lights back on the back to backlight those. So all four of those stained glass windows will be in these sections here, right along this side, and as we go on down all four of them. I think it is really going to make this a beautiful, beautiful place. In some ways, a bit of sort of a place to reflect on the history of our church, and perhaps even the history of Woodland Acres and Riverside. So this is going to be a really nice and really useful space.
Let's put some pictures in between them.
Yeah, we can do some pictures and some things on these walls. It would be a really nice way to do that. The ceiling will be conducive. I know some people have talked about maybe putting some flags of nations where missionaries have gone out from this church around the world. So we have a number of different kinds of things we can do. But I think this space is going to be really beautiful, and it's going to be very functional, and really I think is going to be probably one of the most used and most appreciated things that we have done as a part of this project. Get an idea of what the entrances are going to look like. Concrete's already poured out there, so we're in really nice shape to be ready to start to get all that exterior stuff finished.
Wow, looks good.
Coming along. Let's go up to the sunbathing deck and take a look, see what it looks like. sunglasses when you come up here. This is bright. Well, here we are. We thought Ron Hildebrand had a great idea last time we were up here. As you can see, this very highly reflective surface we have on the roof. The main purpose of this, obviously, is for insulative purposes. This is going to save a bundle on air conditioning expenses. I'll point out a couple of things about this roof. It's kind of a proprietary system, but it's very highly impact resistant. If there would be any damage, hail damage or anything like this on this roof, this upper membrane actually can be completely replaced without disturbing the insulation underneath it. That's kind of an important aspect when you're looking at a commercial roof like this. And it's warranted, I think, for 40 or 30 years. That includes hail impacts up to, I want to say 4 inches. So that's a pretty good size hailstone. So I think that we paid a little bit more for this than we would have for a conventional roof, but I think in terms of stewardship of our money, we're going to more than get our value out of this. So really pleased with it. A couple of other things I'll show you about it as the roof is installed, the manufacturer's warranty specifies certain types of flashing and flanging. So here, for example, is one of the sewer vents that comes up. You can see the way that's sealed and everything along there. After everything is complete, then the manufacturer themselves actually come out, inspect, and warrant the roof. Anyway, I feel really, really good about that. But one of the nice things that Ron had pointed out about this really reflective surface is that this is going to make an ideal sunbathing deck. You can actually get a nice tan on both sides at the same time. So anyway, we're going to try that. Maybe in August we can try it with frying eggs or cooking hamburgers or something. But anyway, it's going to be nice deal. And now here, of course, we're kind of where the action is. You can get sort of the general idea of what this looks like, and say we're just that close to actually getting this finished. But once again, we're waiting on the flange that goes back along here. The flange that was initially delivered was not the flange that it was supposed to be. So that will be here in a couple of days from now. It will be watertight. So that at that point we are officially, as the term goes, dried in. So that is going to be wonderful.
You see up close what they did to this brick wall too.
Yeah, you get an idea of what happened. If you remember, it's kind of hard to tell. You can kind of get an idea on this other side over here a little bit. You can kind of, this gives you a really great indication of what condition this brick wall is in. And so one of the things that we had to do in the process of the construction work was to try to secure this wall, because it is in bad shape. The brickwork is in bad shape. It's spalling, it's cracking. On all the exposed areas, we've put this metal material up there, which is going to keep that intact, keep it together. It isn't because there's anything wrong with it, except it's just rather normal. The effect of heating and cooling and moisture over a number of years, and that can frequently cause this kind of effects on these great big brick structures like this. But anyway, this is going to take care of us, and we'll take care of that. Let's walk down here to the top of the portico. It's almost impossible to tell as we're walking along here, but we are walking downhill right now. There is about I think it's a ½ inch or ¼ inch per foot of slope in this direction that we're walking. You can see it a lot more clearly though on the top of this portico. Anyway, so this is the gutter channel for this, and you can see as you look along the edge, underneath it will be completely flat. Of course, you won't see this, but on the actual top surface, you can see how this whole thing slopes this way. Yeah. So there again, we're bringing all the water this direction into this channel off of this, and then here on the roof, the channel's over on the other side, and that all goes into the gutter systems, and all comes out this way directly into the drain that goes out to Joe Creek.
Is that drain not completed yet, or is it why there's water in there?
Yeah, the reason that there's water is because the actual gutter downspout itself is still sealed off. Right. We don't want that water coming out here just yet.
Yeah.
We don't really have a good place to put it. So that'll last a while. These big openings like this, or the big square things, you can see 2 or 3 of those along there, back over the other way. That's where the air conditioners will mount. So the heating air conditioning units will be up here, sitting up on the roof, and they'll mount and be serviced up in this area. I said I was going to open or close it. It wasn't as easy as it looked.